Welcome back everyone from YouTube. I installed the Korallin Biodenitrator. I have nitrates and phosphates in the tank, and I've always been jinxed with those things. So I got this thing set up. Basically, I didn't find a lot of info on it, but I'm doing this video. You set it up just like this, a third of the way with the sulfur and the rest of the way up like that. You leave a gap at the top so it doesn't suck up into the filter. If air bubbles get trapped at the top, you release them with that valve on top with the red thing right there, and then that will bring the water level up as you release it. How I got the siphon to start and the pump to start out, because it's dry, I filled up the chamber with my tank water, put the lid on, screwed everything on, and then I used my the air intake on my protein skimmer. I used that to pull the water through the outlet. So I hooked that to my protein skimmer just to suck through it, because I'm not putting my mouth in that thing. But that's how I got it to start drawing. You run the two hoses. You run it full open. Let me go over here. You run it full open for 2 or 3 hours, and then for a week you have it drip about, I believe it's 2 seconds or 2 drips per second, and you do that for a week. And then what you want to do is you test that water that's dripping out of the valve, which is the output. You want to test that for nitrites, and then when those go down to 0, then you slow that down to, I believe, a drop every second, or 1 drop every 2 seconds. They do have a downloadable PDF file for it. So what I just wanted to show you guys it operating and what it will do with your tank. I also got this bioreactor by Aquamax, so I'm happy with that. I'll show you the way I plumbed it. Gotta see how this thing starts performing. I noticed already some changes today on the tank. Tank's a little bit more cloudy. pH was a little bit lower, right about 8.0, and so it's going to build up some bacteria, and as that thing gets a lot of bacteria on there, when the balls are tumbling around, it knocks off the bacteria. So hopefully this will get rid of the problem that I've been plagued with. Right there is just my temperature probes, pH, ORP. I have 2 ORPs, and what I'll also do too, there's a negative ORP, and I think it's 250 or 350. I have to look it up. Don't quote me on it. Do your own research, but you can also test the drips. So I'm just going to put a little dish on there and put one of my probes in where it's testing the water, that for a negative ORP. So that should work out pretty nice. Here's how I did the plumbing. I also bought, for the bioreactor and my chiller, 1 pump's running both. So that's your mag drive 9.0. I have 2 of them running water through the sump, refrigerant sump, and then I put some unions in there so it comes up off their T's. I do know that you don't need PVC glue on the outsides of the pipes, but I did get some water dripping and that stopped it, so it does look a little ridiculous, but it stopped the water dripping. So it goes here, so it goes to the inlet, which is the center tube that goes to the bottom, and the water comes up through there and makes it spin. And I also put a ball valve right there so I can adjust the flow inside the reactor, and then the output just goes down into next to my protein skimmer. And the second one goes, this pipe that's closest to the camera, that goes to feed my chiller right down there. So, and then that pipe next to the protein skimmer right there with the tube is the output. So that's it. I've got to clean up the wires. I know it looks a little junky under here, but installed now. And so here's my setup. There's my other, there's two pumps, return pumps, 9.5, and that's going up to the back. I'll show you how I ran my supplies too. I ran that pump goes, it's a 1 inch, goes down to 3/4, and then 4 to 4.5 inch. And my supplies, my return supplies to the tank. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, so you can see it now. There's 4 supplies going to the tank, so that way when I add anything to it, it kind of dumps evenly around the tank. And you can see it right there. It's just horrible. So I had to go out and dump a little money in the tank and try and get it to where it should be. But that's just awful brown nuisance algae and whatnot. So I've already noticed a little bit difference right here, but that's probably going to take a couple weeks for it to take a hold. And this is just crazy. So you can see how nuisance algae everywhere. So I'll give you guys an update. Also, if you see the dryer for the ozone, it's pink. It needs to be changed. You can change it, or you can put it in the oven at 250 for like 10 or 15 minutes until it turns blue again. But it just looks ugly in there with all the wires. I gotta fix it. Alright, thanks for watching.